Wouldn't you love to know how to create this? I'm going to show you how. To make this work, you need the MaskCurver code snippet. Click the link in the video description, go and copy and paste it, go and save and activate. I am using the code snippets plugin that you can get for free from the WordPress repository. Once you've done that and you're in WordPress, down on your sidebar, go down to settings, you will see MaskCurver. Now version 2 has been slightly enhanced because we now have the Container CSS code. Before you only had the generated SVG code and the image SVG code, so you could decide on what you want to use and you apply it to an image. But we're going to apply it to containers now. Let me now quickly show you the page and then we'll come back to this because this is quite important. Here's our initial structure. Now you don't have to have as many containers as what I'm showing you, but for the effect so that you can see the bordered radii around this container, I've got it all sat inside a main parent container, and I've gone and added in 50 pixel padding all the way around that. Inside of there, I've added in another container. The height of this is set to be 500 pixels, and I've set the direction to be column, and I've just aligned my items into the center. You can see what's happening if I start to mess around with that. Now, inside of this container, and I'm just going to minimize it just to make it clearer for you, we have a heading, and I've also got another container. So I've got parent container, child container, and another sub-child container. This is the one where I'm going to add in that extra curvature to it. And inside of there, I've added in a button. You could add in text, social sharing icons, another image. You could add whatever you want. But first off, this container, which is the first child container, you will notice that we've got some border radii. You go to style, you go down to border, and I've got 25 pixels going all the way around. Okay, so everything I've said to you so far should not be difficult to understand. Now let's work on this container. The first thing I'm going to do is go to the child container, go to my layout, and I'm going to set this to be space between so that my child container goes all the way to the bottom. Now, why did my text over here not go all the way to the top? It should have done, right? Space between, because all we've got in here is a header and a sub-child container. The reason it didn't is because if I go to the advanced tab of the child container, I added in 150 pixel padding at the top. If I had got rid of that, you can now see it goes all the way to the top. So I hope you understand the anatomy of what we have here. Let's now go and work out the CSS we're going to add to this bottom container. In fact, before we do that, I should mention that the sub-child container has been set to be 500 pixels in width and 50 pixels in height. You don't have to be very clinical about this, but it does help you when it comes to working out how your shapes are going to look. So back into the MaskCurver, I'm going to set my width to be 500 and I'm going to set my height to be 50. Then I'm going to set my top left corner to be inverted and my top right to also be inverted. Now, you're going to say that does not look inverted. That's because it's defaulted to 100. I'm now going to set my sizes to be 50-50 and the other top right to also be 50 and 50. Now, in terms of smoothness, I do find that if you go to 100, it just kind of cuts off. If you go to 0, it actually flows a little bit better. It doesn't have to be a value. If you want to set it to 0, that's okay. Here's the really clever bit now, okay? Down here where it says Container CSS Code, I'm going to click copy. But if you want to study it, you can go down and there is your entire code. You get a very big comment at the top. You can ignore that if you want, but that's the code you need. I'm just going to click copy. Back over to my page, I'm going to go to my sub-child container, go to the advanced tab, and I don't need to give it a class name. I'm just going to go over here and I'm now going to click paste. And look at that. Can you see it? Can you see it on page? Make sure you can see that there. There we go. There's many ways you could do this. You could even use negative top margin, bottom margin, and position it wherever you want, okay? But you can now have this at the top or the bottom, or you could even have it on the left or right as well. You can be quite inventive with this. But the great thing about this being a sub-child container is you can drop your items inside of there. Now, how is this going to look on the mobile or the tablet? Just bear in mind, okay, that it might not look perfectly well, but this is CSS. So if you now have a better idea of roughly what the sizes are, you don't have to be spot on. I really do want to point this out. Let me just take it back into... No, we'll leave it on the mobile, okay? Let me go to this sub-child container. Let me go to the layout, and the height is currently set to be 60. I could, if I want, shrink it down, and now that looks much better. You would obviously have to modify the size of your button and your font and all of that, but you can play around with it. But if you want to be really prescriptive, because this is CSS, you could drop in @media minimum width, max width, and all of that. Go over back to the MaskCurver, modify your sizes or how big it needs to be, and then stick that code in so you can satisfy many breakpoints. It seriously is that simple thanks to the MaskCurver. I'm Imran from Web Squadron. I hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow. Check out our YouTube channel for exclusive videos. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.